vlog number 2 for the Global Learning Project TE150. So once again, I'm interacting with a German student. Frederick Haas is his name. So he came over tonight, and honestly, before I was really anxious. I was really nervous. I used to struggle with like social anxiety. So this kind of stuff always used to freak me out, but not so much anymore. But it was, I was kind of get some residual, muscle memory, if you will, anxieties before then. And I would watch some TV, and it was awkward. I don't know, obviously I can't imagine a situation where instantly it wasn't awkward, but it was really awkward. And I remember feeling once again anxious, upset because I was fearful for my grade, well, if it stays awkward the whole night, maybe I'm not going to get the information I need, or we're not going to get things done that I need to. But, so, I mean, we egged and breadcrumbs, and we smashed the chicken out, really thin. It was a lot of fun. He was right there with me. And, put it in the eggs, put it in the breadcrumbs, and I had some seasonings that he said that I had that would be good. And then we pan fried them, really thin, and it was really good, I was a little fearful that because he was kind of showing me his culture at this point, and the whole point of this was for me to host him. Oreos aren't in Germany, so he really liked them ever since he came over. And I remember thinking, I was kind of I kind of just assumed Oreos would have been in Germany. But then as I thought more about it, just because Germany's a developed Western country doesn't mean they have American products, So it was kind of wrong for me just to have that in my back of my head, just assuming, maybe I should think about these things a little more. So he left, and two things that surprised me were he didn't speak with a British accent, but he said he had a lot of British sayings, and that was surprising to me. Because ever since 2 years ago when I started working at a summer camp, I worked with a lot of British people, and I thought their sayings were so cool. And he said he fancied something. That's another thing. I remember him at some point in the night, he was like, "Oh yeah, I fancy that," and I was like, "That's a really British thing of you to say," And that made me happy because some of my best friends I've made at that summer camp that we've been working with for years now, and they're British, and I always thought it was so cool what they said, and they've impacted my life a lot in the past 2 years, and so I felt kind of comfortable. The second thing that surprised me was how much he loved America, because I always assumed people thought of America as pretentious, lazy, unhealthy. He said no, people we're in most places we're highly looked up to, and not necessarily looked up to, but people enjoy us. He said he loved how people were. He was surprised that people were really friendly over here, and I was surprised to hear him have such good things to say about us. That made me feel awesome. That, honestly, thinking back, it made me feel hopeful. I guess is what I could say, that I felt hopeful. That I don't have to think that America is bad in people's eyes. People kind of like us. Some people like us and enjoy us, and we're friendly. That makes me happy. When I felt most positive when he couldn't stop complimenting the food. I feel really happy. That was a really positive experience. The most negative time I felt this night was at the start when I was really anxious, because like I said, I've struggled with social anxiety in the past, and kind of an hour before he was coming, I was just kind of in my head, just sitting, getting anxious, getting upset, getting kind of nervous and stuff. But that was the most negative it went. And once he, broke the ice and we got going, it went straight out of there and went straight positively. But yeah, only the beginning, I could say I felt negative. Two things I'd like to talk about in the future would be the school system in Germany. We never really talked about it because he had said something about his high school teacher. He said his equivalent. And so I want to ask him more about what's the school system like in Germany, because teaching is what I want to do as a career. Teaching is it's one of my passions. I love working with kids and influencing them. So I just want to experience, because some of my role models have been teachers I've had, and I want to see, are teachers usually role models in Germany, or how does it work? Do you look up to your teachers, or are teachers just kind of how are they viewed? And I want to compare and contrast to see how I want to be cultured about teaching. Another thing I want to talk about is movies in Germany. Freaking love movies. It's my passion, no doubt. I love them. I really want to ask him if they watch as much American movies in Germany, because we don't really watch German movies. He's unsure of what he wants to do next time, but he said it was fun. He's going to think about it. He's really excited, and I'm excited now too. I'm not really anxious. I'm kind of just looking to more learn about German culture and hang out with him, have fun. He's interesting.